Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. The S&P 500 is down 1% today, kind of capping off a really nice run of up days in a row, 7 in a row. And a really fascinating day, though, altogether. So CPI comes out. Headline CPI, which is the whole basket, everything in it, was actually down month over month. So if you compare May to June of this year, it was down 0.1%. So prices actually came down across the board. If you look at the core where they take out food and energy, it was actually up 0.1%, but both of those are really low numbers, and both of them were better than expected as far as that goes. So you would think this S&P 500 would be running on that, which it had in the past, but this particular instance here really solidified the possibility of some rate cuts. Matter of fact, we're now up to betting on 3 rate cuts. We were at 6, went down to 0, back to 2 anyway. But it brings it to line, a rate cut in September is much more likely, especially with unemployment now at 4.1%, which is above the target that the Fed has at 4% unemployment. And so what happens there is that now, this big tech companies are seen as kind of a safe haven for some of this money. And, because these companies generate massive cash, they don't have debt, they're going to most likely survive a lot of big downturns and what have you, if not thrive in some of these cases. So as you start to get to a situation where, hey, the Fed's going to lower rates, and if they, maybe they don't keep them up for so long, it doesn't crash the economy, you can start to shift some of your risk, right, and look at things like small cap stocks. So we saw the Russell 2000, the small cap stock index was up 3.5% today. And so, big differential, actually, matter of huge differential between the NASDAQ, which is down 2%, and the Russell, which is up 3.5. That's a big jump for one day, especially as a spread between those two. Matter of fact, we haven't seen that since November of 2020. Now, small caps have had so many runs inside of, really a flat motion across the board compared to what's been happening with some of these other indexes. But it is significant that it's so big. We'll have to see what happens and see. It's kind of a risk on scenario. So does that continue to pervade? Is there enough confidence in the economy, the Federal Reserve lowering rates, inflation not coming back, geopolitical risk, whatever else is out there? To make it so that investors continue to push money into small caps in this course of a kind of a big run up like we're having now. You will usually see the big strong companies move first, and then ultimately you will see the smaller cap stocks kind of at the end of a cycle. We're not at the end of the cycle yet. We're not that close to it, so it'd be a little surprising to see a really strong small cap run. However, one thing I've always said is that, you got to be careful making projections and jumping on things. Just let things play, let things come to fruition. Watch these momentum moves. So, one day is not enough for momentum, but we have a list of 181 ETFs that we're working with, and as they start to move up, as small caps start to dominate, we'll be in those. In the interim, we kind of just keep waiting until, that happens as a whole. So anyway, interesting day in the market altogether. I wouldn't worry too much about what's going on one way or another. I think that move to small caps is a good thing. It's starting to show some breadth in the market for any long-term investor. That's going to be a really powerful sign, is to get more than just these big tech companies moving as far as that goes. Now we are heading into earnings. And so earnings is where these big tech companies really shine. And so they might pull some of that money back from some of these smaller cap stocks. We'll see what happens. But, earnings start tomorrow with the banks, and then they continue, the big earnings week with Apple, Microsoft, and all that is going to be coming up here in a little while too. So anyway, that's what's going on so far. Look forward to being able to, discuss what's going to happen tomorrow. We're not doing a show tomorrow, but I will be doing a summary of what I saw happening this week. So look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.